Welcome back, everyone. In this lecture video, we are going to be working on Lab 8, Sheet 1. So first thing you'll notice when you open up your Lab 8 assignment, there are 4 items that we're going to be drawing this week, starting with this rim, candlestick, a spring, and this component. So the only component that you're going to actually have to dimension is this 4th one here. There's not really any new tools necessarily. It's just some additional practice. So in this lecture, we're going to be working on sheet 1, which is going to be this rim. And I've given you the rim part file already. So we're just going to come into our course folder. You can also find this in the Lab 8 content section and go ahead and open that part. When you open the part, it's going to look something like this. And by now, I like to turn the planes off, and we're not going to need them in this lecture anyways. Also, we have these center lines here. We can go up to the View tab and hide and show. And we can turn off these axis and temporary axis, and that will turn those off. All right, so if we click Control-1, that'll give us our front view. And remember, Control 1 through 7 will give you the different views: front, back, left, right, top, bottom, and 7 is isometric. So Control 1, we're going to get a front view. And in this lab, all you have to do is edit these spokes. And what we're practicing here is just editing existing features, which I know we've touched on a little bit, but this lab is just more specifically how to look at these different features here and determine how to edit these. So if we kind of scroll through here, you can see, and it's maybe not super obvious always. So like there's the revolve, which is going to be this main section of the rim. There's the extrude. So there's a cut extrude here. So if we kind of drill into that, you can see that we have our hole. We have a circular pattern that's going to pattern the holes around. So we have 5 holes. Then we have another extrude, which is going to be our spoke. And then another circular pattern, which will array that around. So let's go ahead. And so you can, remember, you can edit the feature or you can edit the sketch. So if you edit the feature, that's gonna allow you to edit the thickness of the part, because this is an extrude. So if I'm just gonna kind of drag this out like this, so we can see here it's 1 inch thick, so we can make this 2 inches thick. So this is not what we have to do here. So I'm just gonna click the X, so we're not saving that. So Control 1 to center this to the front view, make it normal to the front view, front plane. Click on Sketch 4 and go ahead and edit that sketch. So there's a couple ways to do this. These are made with splines, so they have these nice little points that you can drag. They're called little pick points. So you can do something like this. Click the green check mark and save that with that little arrow. And there we go. So we've edited it there. Or you can also do something, a little bit more complex. So go ahead and delete these lines. And actually, we can delete these too. So now we don't have any spokes. And I'm just going to kind of draw a line here. Oops. Click the space bar in accident. And I'm just going to take another line kind of arbitrarily. Maybe something like this. Actually, you know what? Let's take that. I'll kind of snap it right to there. Take this guy, snap it right to there. There we go. This will be kind of cool. So I have a line that's perfectly vertical here, from the top of this circle to the top of this circle, these cylinders. And then I have kind of a diagonal line. So I'm going to take this one and mirror it across this line right there. This I can make for construction. Remember, once you mirror something, it's best to keep the mirror plane. And then, so now these points here are coincident at the top, but this right here, we need to connect these 2 points, because if we try to extrude this, if we just click exit sketch, there's a problem, because remember, we need a single closed profile when we're doing extrudes. So there's an open contour, it says. So to fix that, we need a little arc that's perfect between here, that's coinciding with this circle here. So what we're going to do, the easiest way, is to select the circumference of that circle, click Convert Entities, then use the Trim tool, and just click anywhere and then kind of drag it just like that. And now we have a closed profile. Now, of course, we want to fully define our sketch. There we go. And we can exit. Cool. So now we have a kind of a star shape here. Then I can also do, if I wanted to change the number of the pattern, and actually I edited the extrude on accident. What we want to do is edit this circular pattern. And maybe I'll say 25. Yeah, very cool. And there you have it. So you can do something like that. You could just adjust, you could just kind of adjust those splines. Some people write their name and kind of array that around a couple times. It's up to you, but please edit the sketch for the extrude, and also go ahead and edit the circle pattern to increase or reduce the number of spokes. I'd say you want to have at least three spokes around the wheel. So go ahead and create that. Don't plot it yet, though. Just go ahead and save this to your submissions folder. After we finish sheet 4, the drawing for that, I'm going to show you how to plot all 4 on into the same PDF. So for now, just go ahead and save this, and we will come back to it. And I'll see you in the next video.